has won the right to rest peacefully in Texas waters.
Howdy, hello, I'm Travis Davis, Vice President of Ship Operations, Battleship Texas Foundation. And we're here with our first update of 2023. Our last update was right before Christmas, and since then, over the holidays, our team, Gulf Copper, Valcor, that's our project management team, have been doing a tremendous amount of work to get things done. The two really big things that have happened has been the skin for the forwardmost blister tank has started going on. And then the ring plate, that's the middle plate up here, the upper plate that has all the holes in it that looks like a domino, has been fully welded in. And then the floor for this blister tank here, which is blister tanks 2 and 3, is largely welded out. The skin for that tank will be going on pretty soon. The tanks after that will all be built in modular sections. So from where the aft bulkhead of here of blister tank 2 for the next 40 feet aft, that'll be put on in one section. So where that, basically, if you can see, there's a ladder that's coming down underneath the gray box. Just forward of there, there's what's left of a bulkhead. Well, that new bulkhead will go in right there. And that'll be the first full blister module. Behind me are the first 2 blister modules that will go on the Battleship. The one laying on its side, face down, with the skin or the shell plate of the blister facing up, that is the very first module, actual first module that will go on. And it'll go right next to where all those new ribs are on the ship. The next one behind that is this one right here. It's currently being welded out and will get blasted and painted as the hull will. The next module is being fabricated right now. It will go through the same process where it'll get fabricated, put together, and then fully welded out, primed, then painted, and then hung on the ship. And then all of the blisters except for the forwardmost blister tank and the aftmost blister tank on each side of the ship will be modular construction. So one of the surprises that we found when we pulled the blisters off was the lack of holes caused by rust in the original 1912 hull, which is right there. We do have some holes like that one there, and there's some back over here that are out of shot, and some back over there that are out of shot. But generally, the hull underneath the blisters is in really, really good shape. What was really surprising to me is that this lower section down here, where the curve of the hull is, or the bilge radius is, there wasn't as much holing as what we anticipated. In fact, there's very little at all. Behind me is a series of doubler plates that are being put on. We're putting doublers on to cover these holes and also to prevent us from chasing our tail a little bit with having to ring weld rivets. So as you weld around a rivet, the steel gets hot, it expands, and it loosens that riveted connection, and water leaks through. In contrast to the midship tanks, where there was very little holing, the aftermost blister tanks, the skin underneath that, the original hull underneath that, has a lot of holing. It's very, very thin, it's very, very weak. As you can see, the 3 square holes that are cut here, that's to remove the foam. But outside of that, you can see like the hull looks like it's just been shot with a shotgun. There's just perforations everywhere. You can see where the skin has rusted away from the framing. And we found this not only on the starboard side, but we've also found that on the port side as well. And incidentally, we found it on the forwardmost blister on the starboard side. In fact, we're going to have to replace all of this weak plate right here. So in the next few updates, we should start seeing that plate go in, getting cut out, and new plate being put in. More work that has happened has been more plate being put on the after trim tank D12. You can see all the plates that have already been hung. There are 2 new plates further up the forwardmost edge of this repair. As we kind of look up, you can see more of the skin has been cut away, and we're going to take the new steel all the way up to right where that strut foundation's at, right there to the left of that square hole. The original hull, the original skin will come off and new skin will go on. So this whole area will be really robust, watertight, and strong. Stronger than it's been since her original construction. And of course, what's been running concurrently with all the other work has been the foam removal. Getting rid of that lovely, lovely ship-saving foam. It's something that has to be done, and we are doing it. Right now, the foam has been removed from 3/4 of the port blister. They're just past the air castle. They have 5 or 6 or so tanks left to do, and that project will be done. Well, that's what's been accomplished since Christmas. As you can see, our collective team here of Gulf Copper, Valcor, that's as I mentioned before, our project management company, who's been doing a great job of keeping this project on track and moving, and all the various subcontractors that are involved in this project. If you like the work that's been going on here, you like what you're seeing, please consider donating to help us keep this work going, help us do more. And if you have given, thank you. Thank you for watching. We thank you for all your support. And as always, come on, Texas.